I would like to ask you, the pandemic named COVID-19 has disrupted our lives, but gradually another pandemic named obesity is all over the world. What is your opinion about this?
You are absolutely right, Dr. Kant. Obesity has become the new age epidemic, new age pandemic, exactly. And why it is a pandemic? Because the kind of growth what obesity had in the past 1 decade is monumental. It's gigantic. And especially when you talk about juvenile obesity, it's a concern. It's a matter of grave concern because if we don't address this right now, it's going to be really, really precarious. We are going to end up in a future generation which is going to be weak and diseased. And that's why we have to see obesity as a pandemic. And now I'm going to give you some evidences why obesity is a pandemic exactly. Well, if you talk about obesity, obesity starts from a wrong lifestyle that leads to obesity, and obesity leads to a condition called as metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome is nothing but a cluster of conditions which includes hike in blood pressure, hike in sugar levels, hike in cholesterol levels, and increase in the waist circumference. When these metabolic syndrome happens, this will make a person end up in a non-communicable disease like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, or cancer. Now, when the change starts from wrong lifestyle to obesity to metabolic syndrome to non-communicable disease, it goes in a massive proportion. Now I will take the support of WHO's data. WHO reveals the data exactly says 40 million people die every year out of non-communicable diseases. And let's be more precise, 680 million people suffer from obesity every year, and in that 2.8 million people die every year out of obesity and obesity related disorder. That itself says a story that clearly indicates obesity is a pandemic, and we need to address this issue at an epidemic proportion. We need a revolutionary strategy to crush this at right this level so that we are future ready for pandemics exactly.